So there are two types of foreign investments, foreign portfolio and foreign direct investment. So let's try to understand what these two are. So first one is foreign portfolio investments. So here are some of the topics that you have to remember, some of the questions that you need to answer. So who is it? So these are residents of a foreign country. Okay, that's how we define it. So these are resident of a foreign country who come to India or who invest in Indian securities, okay, or financial market. I'll repeat again. They are investors in some other country. They are resident of another country who invest in Indian securities or Indian financial market. So that is what is foreign portfolio. So foreign portfolio investors are investments by non-resident in Indian securities. What are these securities in financial market? We have understood that. So there can be shares, they can be government bonds, corporate bonds, convertible security, etc., etc. Infrastructure security, anything. Convertible securities means one security where it can be converted from one form to another. For example, if equity instrument can be converted to debt instrument or debt instrument can be converted into equity instrument, they are called as convertible securities. Okay, so if a non-resident, okay, or resident of a foreign country invest in Indian securities, shares, bonds, debentures, or any other forms of securities, without actually having any influence in the company, such investment is called as foreign portfolio investment. Okay, so their main objective is what? To make profit, not to own the company as such or run the company. Their motive is not to run the company. Their main motive is to make profit. It includes foreign institutional investors. It includes qualified foreign investors. NRIs are not part of it. NRIs are considered separate. Okay, though the route may be the same, maybe their intention may be the same, but NRIs are not put under foreign portfolio investment because they are treated slightly different because they are Indian citizens living abroad. So they are treated on par with Indian residents, Indian citizens. Is that okay? Now, so coming back to our discussion. So who is foreign portfolio investment? A non-resident investing in Indian securities market is called as foreign portfolio investment. Where can they invest? They can invest in Indian securities, right? Like bonds, shares, and all that in the financial market. Why do they invest? Their main objective is to make profits. Their objective is not to take control or have influence in the running of the company. That is fixed in foreign direct investment. You understood? There are two types of investment, portfolio and direct investment. So the direct investment, they are worried about control of the company. These people are not worried about control. What are they worried about? Profits. Okay. They include foreign institutional investors. They include qualified foreign investors. Now let's try to understand the difference of the two things. So foreign institutional investors are basically institutions residing outside our country, okay, who are registered in their country and who invest in our country. Okay, these are institutions like banks, like insurance company, pension companies, okay, universities. These are institutions who have money and they are looking for different avenues to come and invest. So they can come and invest in India. Sorry. So foreign portfolio investors are of mainly two types: institutional investors, okay, and qualified foreign investors, QFIs. So who are these QFIs? So institution, you understood. So they are organizations who are registered and who reside outside India. Who are qualified foreign investors are? See, basically, Individuals were not allowed to come and invest in Indian share markets because of the risk that was involved. We do not know who they are, what is the source of their money, okay, how did they get that money? We do not know. So it could be terror financing money, it could be black money. Okay, so when individuals are allowed to invest in India, it is very risky. So therefore, individuals were not allowed to invest in India. Foreign resident individuals were not allowed to come and invest in Indian share markets. Who are allowed to invest? Only institutions were allowed to invest. Individuals were not allowed to invest. But then, in order to diversify the investor base in India, they allowed certain categories of individuals also to come and invest in India who belong to certain countries, not all countries, certain countries who were registered under an organization called as FATF, Financial Action Task Force. So there is an organization with an objective to prevent terror financing, which is called as Financial Action Task Force. So whoever is a member of that means we have to abide by certain very strict standards to prevent funding of terrorism. Pakistan cannot be a member because they are blacklisted and they are accused of terror financing. So the people in Pakistan cannot come and invest in India because they are not member of FATF. So those countries who are member to FATF, resident of that country, are allowed to come and invest in India, and they are called as what? QFI. Let's try to understand that. So why do they invest? Okay, so first one is, So foreign portfolio investments is basically short-term investments. Okay, foreign portfolio investments is short-term investments by foreign entity in the financial markets. They are indirect investments. Okay, because they don't directly invest in the company. They only buy their shares. Then foreign portfolio don't exert managerial control. Their main objective is to make profit and to make short-term gains. That's all. They will come invest in India. Their shares are going up. They will keep their investment. Shares are going down. They will withdraw it and go to some other country. That is what is foreign portfolio investments.